अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरु पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्द सूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। Om. The Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, which is the yoga, Purushottama yoga, the yoga of the Supreme Person. Just to get us reoriented, we will chant from the first verse. Those who have the original, we can, and then I'll translate it. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulamadasyakam Ashvattam Prahuravvyayam Chandansi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedave. They say that the people tree, which has its roots upwards and its branches downwards, and of which the Vedas are the leaves, is imperishable. He who realizes it is the knower of the Vedas. The second verse. Adascha urdhvam prasita tasya shakaha guna pravriddha vishaya pravala adascha mulan anusantatani karmanubandhini manusya loke. The branches of that tree spreading downwards and upwards are made stout by the gunas, and they have their sense objects as their twigs. The secondary roots, which are apt to produce actions later in the human body, spread downwards also. Narupamasaiha tatopalabhyate nanto nachardir nacha sampratishta ashvatamenam suvirudamulam asanga shastrena dridena chidva. Its form is not perceived here in that way, nor its end, nor its beginning, nor its continuation. After uprooting this people, whose roots are firmly fixed with the mighty weapon of detachment. Tata padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuya tameva chadyam purusham prapadye Yatha pravritti prasita purani. That state which is beyond that people tree has to be sought, entering into which they do not return again. I take refuge in that primeval person himself, from whom has ensured the eternal manifestation. So we had done up till this, that state, Adam. It's a state of Vishnu, which is beyond this people tree of the world. The, for us to understand what this whole existence is, which is extremely, extremely difficult, because there are hundreds and thousands and millions of factors happening right now on us, and we are interacting with this world. Why things happen, nobody can say, because there are too many forces at play here. To understand this, the whole creation or creation, it's not very simple. God created the world. It's not like that. No, it's very complicated. Creation is extremely complicated, and people have been trying to understand this. All the branches of knowledge are nothing but exercise in trying to understand what is existence. So, and yet we have to have some idea. That's the reason why they take creation and they draw a parallel with this people tree. So we know the people tree, and everyone has seen, not everyone, but most of us have seen the huge people tree growing and spreading for miles and miles and miles. And those who would like, you can go to Florida. We have these. Yeah, they bought all these from India. Huge. It's an ecosystem by itself. So what the author has done is, Vyasa tried to bring parallels between what is existence in a small way with the people tree, so you can understand it. Oh, this people tree, it represents entirety of existence. Because if you know the whole thing, it's just, worst is it is upside down, urdhva mula. Now we have seen trees growing from bottom up. Nobody has seen. Yeah, but it is our experience also. At the edge of a lake or a pool, we'll see a tree upside down. And this whole existence is supposed to be chimerical. Does not stay till tomorrow. The people tree is called Ashwatha. A does not, swa tomorrow, tha. It does not last till tomorrow. What? Tomorrow? That is after the dawn of knowledge. This whole people tree is a. So we, in the last class, we had seen that we are seeing this world like this, but we are seeing it upside down. We are seeing it ulta actually. We are not seeing it. We are seeing we all read correctly. No. In the sense upside down, we are not seeing it as the reality. We are seeing a reflection of that reality. Sri Ramakrishna also says, see what fun this is. Man's root is here and it is above. In one place in the gospel, he says, Manusha mu likane. That is, the root of man is here, but it is upside down. We should have been standing on a head. It is like, so we ourselves are upside down. The whole world is like upside down. So that is upside down tree of the world. So for us to understand in a brief way, okay, these are the things, the leaves of the Vedas, there are these gunas, which are the, you could say, sprouts, and all these secondary things that have come are strengthened by karma, and etc., etc., etc. To get us, they are not trying to explain what this creation is. First thing, they say, you want to understand creation? Yeah. First, go to the root. And that is what it is. So the roots are from above. So what is that above? It's there inside. The roots above. That is that supreme state from where everything has come. This is that state they're talking about. First you go. They say, there are, in the old days, I don't know now also, first you kill the king, then all the soldiers will run away. The other, everybody runs away. So first get the main man, and everybody will run away. So first get this. Sri Ramakrishna kept on emphasizing, first know God, because this world is infinite. How much what do you want to know? And because it is Maya, where's Maya? You will never know the nature of existence. Can never know. This is what Vedanta has said. You can never know the nature of this illusory existence because it's an illusion. So people are thinking, oh, finally we have found it. Oh, we've got it. This is what the whole thing is. And then finally they find, oh no. First it started with atoms and then molecules and atoms, and slowly they're going down. Unending. Going round and round and round. But Vedanta says, but you can know God. This is what. You can know God, but you can never know this creation. So that's why, just to give us an idea that this creation likened to a tree, but its roots are somewhere else, and that has to be known. That state which is beyond that people tree has to be sought for. You have to seek it. And the word uses parimargitavyam. Parimarga, the commentators correct, parimargatavyam. It has to be sought after. And then he says, Yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuya. And entering into it, you will not come out again. It's a one-way ticket. What about coming back? No way. And that is why a lot of people, they don't want this. No coming back. What's going to happen to me? You don't know what the bliss that is there. Everything else will remain. It will come stale. Not only stale, it will appear in its real nature. They're saying, I take refuge. And how do you go seeking that? I take refuge. That has to be in quotation marks. I take refuge in that primeval Purusha himself, from whom has ensured the eternal manifestation. So everything is good. It's eternal. It is changeable. It's changing all the time. Like a tree is changing, but is eternally changeable. And God is the eternal, unchangeable. That's the difference between these two things. So here he's saying, there was Boshi Sen. Boshi Sen was one of the architects of that green revolution in India. And he was Raja Maharaj's disciple. Holy Mother had gone to their house because they were from Vishnupur. And Mother, when she used to go from Jairambati to Calcutta, the station was in Vishnupur. Those who have read, they will see that Vishnu, she had Mother is on. So she used to go to Vishnupur, and their house was at Vishnupur. So he had seen Holy Mother when he was a little boy. So later on, he grew up, and then he became one of the finest scientists. Like I said, so one time he had come to Benares and Raja Maharaj was there. And then he's telling Raja Maharaj, why don't you bless all of them? Why don't you give them the realization? Raja Maharaj became serious. And he said, who wants it? Who wants it? So what happens is, you will, once you've understood the nature of this tree, the nature of existence. That's the reason why they give that illustration. So once you know, it is like this. So that state you will try to seek, because you've had enough of karmas. You are now, they say life is nice. It's very strange, You're fed up with life, at the same time you want life. You want actually eternal life. But you know that all these things that are happening, I don't want it for eternity. I wanted a more transcendent, elevated life. This is the beginning of the search. This is what. The moment you start seeing something above, little higher, then all the sordidness of life will be kind of just dismissed or just ignored. You are seeing a higher aspect of in your own life, not in here. There you will find that you are now beginning to see this. And where you have to go? You have to go to that Purusha. So yata pravritti prasita, from that Purusha. Why is Purusha? It is because that Purusha fills everything. Purnam eva. Or Purishayana, that which is existent in the city of the body. This body is called a Pura. So its various functions are likened to a city. So Purishaya, one who is in this body, or one who fills everything up. One has to go to that. The last time I said that the tree of the world, the roots, where's the root going? You don't have to go up to the edge of the Milky Way, edge of the galaxy. No. The whole edge of the galaxy and Milky Way, etc., is here. That tree of the world is in all of us. We are part of that tree, and the roots are within us. You have to seek it there, from where everything emerges. Because what is outside is also inside. So we'll read that state, Padam, that state which is called the state of Vishnu. In the puja we have Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. We have to start with that, because it's saying that Om Tad Vishnu, that Vishnu, of the supreme state. In the Bhagavad Gita, in other places also, that state is in everybody. So you have to start looking here. I seek refuge in that Purusha. So, because we cannot see it here, we need external aids. Oh, we'll go to the temple, we'll do japa, we'll do meditation, we'll this and that, and everything to try to bring the focus back inside. So this state is within us. It's not somewhere outside, which is beyond the people. It has to be some entering into which they do not return again. Oh, but yeah, it's like suddenly the drop of water falls in the ocean, and what happens? Gone. It's become the ocean. Now, if it is while it is falling down, no, I don't want to. No. But it will fall, and the moment it falls in the ocean, it is no longer a drop of water. Suddenly it finds in the ocean, but still people want to be a drop of water. This is what it is. I still, I'm... Stop, you've ceased to exist as a drop of water, but you have now existed with everything, with the one. That is the state. It's not easy to let go. When Sri Ramakrishna touched Swamiji, he's saying with his own eyes, the floor, the doors, the walls, the ceiling, whirling round and merging into a void. The word used is shunya. And then his own identity also was going. And he's saying, my identity goes, it's death. He said, what are you doing? I got my father at home. Yes, okay. All right. Sri Ramakrishna started laughing. All right. You say, and everything else came back again, like before. Saying, how is this? Saying he prided himself, he's got a very strong mind. And one touch and Sri Ramakrishna's touch, and later he wanted that same. So he's telling Sri Ramakrishna, give me something. First you go and make all the arrangements at home. And you yourself said, I got my father at home. And then he got that, and then Swami Advaitananda, he was frightened. He's seeing Swamiji in that situation. Where's my body? Where is it? Then he came. He's saying, Naren is dead. So no. He has bothered me enough. Let him remain in that state for some time. Then he came out, then he's saying, now you know everything. But now for his work, he said, I will lock this thing up. You do my work. So we think it is easy. Easy. Just easy to let go. I'm a drop of water. No. It doesn't happen like that. There's a story. I think Swamiji also said. So after the Vara avatar, the boar, so he had to come to rescue the Vedas. And he rescued the Vedas and this and that, and everything was as before. And then, now he's supposed to go back because he's the third avatar of Vishnu. Yeah. So he's not going back. So the gods have come from heaven, saying they're singing praises. Come. It's time for you to come to Vaikuntha, because Vaikuntha cannot stay without its Lord, So he said, no, I'm fine here. And what in a big, like, what do you say, sludge, in all muck and all, he's there. He is married, he's got a sow, and he's got piglets and all around the place. Saying, you all come here. So it's a nice place. So the gods are saying, they try to catch him and pull him out. And he started biting them. Squealing, and he's saying, no, I'm not. This is the best place. Come on, you come. Now the gods are confused. Now what to do? So they go to Shiva. They go to Shiva and they tell him. So Shiva comes. He comes and no talk. He takes his trident and kills that boar. Simple. And Vishnu emerges out and he starts laughing. I was caught by my own Maya. So he tells the god, come on, let's go back. So we think this world is a big thing. It's nothing but a big mud puddle. And when we are in it, we don't want to leave it. That mud puddle is that same idea of ego. It is very difficult because there's something which the ego dies, you die. But now people can understand a little. There is something like when people take this psychotropic drugs and all, psilocybin and all these things. There's a kind of an ego death. That's why you see all the light, all crazy things you see. That's a kind of a ego death. It has nothing to do with spirituality. People mistake it for spirituality. At least now they know that can be kind of broken down. So to let go that final this, it only happens by the grace of God. Yes. Nothing else. It's not possible for a jiva only. And Shri Ramakrishna himself, from Swamiji's life only you can understand it. Shri Ramakrishna gave it to him. He wasn't ready, but then later he gave it to him. It happens only with the grace. We may study all the Vedanta, it does not go. Naham. He says that if you cut, the people tree has got one speciality. It cannot be just destroyed. You try to burn it, put acid, put anything. Saying, Sri Ramakrishna says, you cut it down completely, next day you'll see a shoot coming up. That's important. The ego is like that. It will go only by God's grace. So that's why I say, I take refuge in that primeval Purusha. So you're going to seek refuge. The surrender, the Sharanagata, I take refuge in. Why? Because from where all these things have come out. So now, who really seeks it? Everybody? Not everybody. In the Bhagavad Gita, in the, I think, fourth or fifth, that amongst thousands of people, some struggle to know me. And out of the thousands struggling to know me, few reach me. Like in the Bible, it said, many are called, but few are chosen. Or the harvest is rich and the laborers are few. Those who really attain it, we are evolving towards it. nobody can go en masse. A few, like one population of the whole population of the US will go inside. Then the population of, say, China will go there. No, it doesn't happen like that. Few will trickle down. Yeah. Why is made it difficult? It's not. Sri Ramakrishna gives the example, like the fish that is trapped in, like they that country type of like net. This does not net. They should put a basket type that a fish is to enter in one side and get inside, and it's trapped. It goes out. Saying that the fish would know that just reverse your journey, you'll get it. This reversing the journey does not happen for most people. The way you came in is the same way you go out. And then Sri Ramakrishna says there are some fish that he classifies these 4 types. There are some fish that when the net falls down, they take hold of the net, bite it, and they go down into that mud and think, we are all safe. He's called it Baddha Jeev. You can see the jivas that are bound. There are some fish who will not, they will struggle, they will run out here and there. But they are trapped inside. But they also caught. The third fellows are, as the net is thrown, they jump out. In the second case, there are some who struggle, and some get out. And the fourth are the Nitya Mukta. They will never get there. They come here on their own free will. So the idea is the way you came in is the way you have to go out. You got to start reverse engineering your own life. And this reverse engineering is nothing but japa, dhyana, prayers. You're going back. Too much. When we were in the training center in Belur Math, so we used to make a lot of fun also. You have to break the monotony. So there was in the Katha Upanishad, there is a Paranchikani Vratrinat Swayambhu Tasmat Parang Pashyati Nantaratma. So it's saying the Swayambhu, the self-existent Lord, injured the senses by making them go outward. That is why we see outside things. A certain wise person desiring immortality turns the eyes inwards and beholds the great indwelling self. So that Paranchikani, that is, Parak is outside. The senses go outside. So when we used to see anybody so restless and all, we say, hey, Paranchikani. And since there were so many of us, then he's a heroine, he's a antagonist, a protagonist, and this and that. And we had all the various characters. So we had nothing much to do. So we had Paranchikani, we had the movie, we wrote a script. And we used to improvise that script every time we met. Every time we met, hey, like this and that. And our principal Maharaj was Yama, the god of death. So you say, hey, who's that? So you are the very, very nice Swami. Because we had to have a god of death, you see, the god of death and Nachiketa and all these things. So our senses are going outside. But we've got to start getting back, reverse engineering this year. Kashchit Dhira, a certain wise persons, Pratyagatmanam Aikshara, who see this, who want to see the indwelling self by turning the senses inwards. So it is a sense of going out, you got to just take them and put them back inside. Oh, it's not possible. No, it is possible. Every living organism, at least human beings, have this capacity. Because our senses are going outside, the mind is going outside, we are not concentrated. Our powers are dissipated. The moment you concentrate them and put them inside, it becomes very powerful. Very powerful. Through that, you can break through. No, I'm weak, I'm small. No. There is that power there within you. You have five senses and the five motor organs, five motor and five senses, plus the mind. These 11 have got tremendous powers. They have to be made into a point. They're focused like a convex lens, bring that sunlight and then turn them back in. So this is what. And then you always, when you start the journey, you will find always there is help. The moment you start, you say from tomorrow, I'm seriously going to realize Shri Ram Krishna. Okay, I want to see Shri Ram Krishna. The moment you do that decision, and you must be firm, okay, you will see Shri Ram Krishna's grace working on you. It has to. So this is how spirituality starts working. You're slowly being drawn. You take one step, like Shri Ram Krishna says, and God takes 10 steps towards you. The day you make a decision, I'm going to see this, that day on, Shri Ram Krishna starts pulling you out. Nothing pulling out. What will happen to me? Nothing is going to happen to you. In fact, you will become a better person. Yes. That's it. What will happen? Shri Ram Krishna knows he's not going to break everything. He's saying, I've not come to break anything. I've come to build things. You will see your life being built up. Nothing is going to be broken. So what kind of people will take that first step is this. The fifth verse. We'll chant it. Okay. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvair vimukta sukadukka sangne gacchantyamudaha padamavyayanta. Yeah. The wise ones who are free from pride and non-discrimination, who have conquered the evil of attachments, who are ever devoted to spirituality, who are completely free from desires, and who are free from the dualities called happiness and sorrow, reach that undecaying state. This is what the whole thing boils down to. If you want to learn a particular science, you have to have that qualification or some aptitude to take that up. So, what are the qualifications? What are the aptitude of the person? This. But we don't have this. You start, and as you keep on going, then you'll find all these qualities spontaneously arising in you. There is no doubt about it. This one. And like I said, that also happens with God's grace. Yes. So if you can slowly and slowly and slowly start, these things happen to you. So he is giving the idealized version of a person. But that does not mean everybody who starts like on this note. Everybody starts little and keeps on going. So the wise ones, the word used, I don't know what is translated in your book. There, Gachanti Amuda. Muda is fool. Yeah, Amuda is not a fool. So they're saying, okay, it's wise. Let's translate it wise. So all those who do not take this are fools. Huh? I'm a fool? Yeah, perfect fool. God will say, you don't know what is there. You're foolishly going around. It's like, Sri Ramakrishna says that these huge, you can grain merchants in these huge silos. The silos are full of the grain. And they put a little puff rice, moody, outside. The rats come and they eat that and they go. They come to the fools. They don't know what's happening, what is inside. So that's why he's saying Muda is fools. So those who have, hey, they're trying to distract us, okay? Better. So these are the guys who take that first step. It's a long, Swami Vivekananda said, it's a long step towards freedom. So who's that? Nirmana Moha. Nirmana Moha. Without pride. Pride. Oh, you don't know who I am? Yeah. See, saying they don't know whom they're trying to push around. Helps for them. So that this innate. Sri Ramakrishna says, you must have that innate pride. Maner hush. That you must have that I'm a human being. I should have that human dignity. I should behave like a human being, talk like a human being, act like a human being, do everything as a human being. That is good. But this is false pride. This is like Sri Ramakrishna said, he got nothing, simply big noise and big show. So that's that nirmana, without that pride, without moha, without the delusion, where the mind has become uncovered. You can see things as they are. You say, Other Swamiji says, calling things by wrong names. Just now, you're saying, oh, take these cookies, taste this nice. It's nice, sweet, nice, beautiful. It's nice, I know how nice it is. So, things which are not good are considered good. Things which are bad, we should call things by their proper name. We should put this. This is the first step. Because what is moha? You know how it starts? By speech. Oh, this is wonderful. You take this. You go to a shop and it's wonderful. Then you'll come later and returns. Yeah. You see how many Amazon returns? That's another big business, of course. So when you hear things, that's the first sign. You must be able to not jump into conclusion. Hey, this is good. Who knows? And Maya works like that. It will take the It makes the impossible possible. And the possible impossible. That's the one way. Yeah. It makes the possible impossible, impossible possible. So moha is when you speak and when you hear. So your speech will be without any like no twisting and turning and all that. It will be straight speech. That is here saralata. That is very important. And when you hear also, you must say, hey, whether it's really so nirmana and nirmoha, and then jitasanga dosha. That is say that which is who have conquered is translated evil of association. Just nirmana moha jitasanga. Just conquered attachment. Hey, what's attachment? The mind is designed to be attached. You cannot get out of it. But Swamiji says you must have another power, the power of detachment. You must be able to attach it to things and you must be able to detach it from things. Then you have conquered this. You have conquered. It's an evil of association. Then there will be no evil. You will be attached. You will be. I'm not attached to anything. Yeah, you must be attached to japa, dhyana, meditation. All these things you've got to be attached to. Oh, I'm not attached to this. So when you're supposed to get up in the morning and meditate. No, I'm unattached. Why should I be attached? There's always the people. Oh, wait. So you must have attachment, you must have detachment. Even small things like this. Otherwise, what happens is you'll get into that loop. You'll get there, and then the next time, come again. So, in the 18th chapter, I think 17th or 18th chapter, first it is like nectar, it's very sweet. Then it will turn like poison. Then you cannot leave it. Once you can understand this, first it is like nectar. It's very sweet. Oh, come, they will call everybody, come, take this. At that, Yatra Magre is saying, Vishamiva Pariname Mritopama. That which is like poison in the beginning, that itself turns into nectar later. So first is, whatever you do, it is like nectar. Association, so nice. Yeah. They catch you. Swamiji says, the bee comes to sip honey, but its feet get stuck up in the honey. And there it is. It has to die in that honey then. So you have to learn to attach and detach. Then the evil will be removed. Who are ever devoted to spirituality, the Adhyatma Nitya, Adhyatma, Adi and Atma, that which is inside. That's called Adhyatma. What is inside the body? Inside the body, inside the mind. Adhyatma. So Adhyatma Nitya, that is, they have made it into a kind of a habit. In the routine of life, they have included that I have to do this japa, dhyana, this prayer, whatever, every day. Nitya means. So Swamiji says, in sickness and in pain, in misery, pray. So that has become permanent. Oh, today I'm feeling so tired. No, pray. Today I'm feeling so depressed. No, pray. Then it becomes natural. That is called Adhyatma Nitya. Then vinivritta kama, that is, that person has come away from desires. So you see something and immediately, hey, I want that. You may not say it loudly, but if you see it second time, you have a desire. Very difficult. How to come out of this? Think that it belongs to God. Yes, it belongs to God. Why should I desire that? Yeah, it's mine, but it belongs to God. I'm only a kind of a trustee here. Yeah, that is the only way to come out of that. What is that? Whatever is there has been created by God. The jiva's characteristic, the individual soul character, there are two things. I am the doer and I am the experiencer. Karta, bhokta, abhimani. I am that abhiman, that pride is there. I am the doer and I am the experiencer. When this is there, then always you'll have that. You'll desire for this and this. And desires are never ending. The Bhagavatam gives us the idea, that like ghee is poured into the fire. It keeps on burning brighter, more and more brighter. Don't put that ghee in the fire. The fire one day will die off. But no, so desires are like that. And they were completely free from that. And they were free from a duality of happiness and sorrow. Yeah. Heat, cold, pain, pleasure, all these things are duality. They keep us busy, you see. Today you're healthy, then tomorrow you're unhealthy. Suppose you are healthy all along, you will not grow. Yes, we do not grow. We think that this world it should have been nice. No, it's not like that. It's like so we imagine a place which will be all nice. What is that nice? It's called heaven. In heaven, there will be no disease. There will be no hunger. There will be no thirst. There will always be joy, as if that is possible. So Nachiketa in the Kathopanishad, so Yama wants to distract him from this inquiry of death. No. So his second boon was, Nachiketa's second boon was, how do people go to heaven? He wanted to know, not for himself, but for, there are many people in. And he says that in this heaven, Asanaya, Pipasa, Shokatigo, Mohade, Swargaloke, there is no hunger, thirst, and there's always joy there. How do I go there? Then he showed him there's on Yagnya. Then in the third boon, he cancels everything. In the sense of he shows the real nature. If we are constantly in that state of happiness, we will not grow. This is the perfect place for growth. This is the perfect place for moksha. This world, which is dualities, which is constantly keeping us on edge. What tension, everything is tension. Everything, morning till night, the whole life is take pills. But if you give up the fight, you're gone. Don't stop fighting. These things will be there. This is the best place for growth. But you should not the pendulum should not swing too far left and right. It should swing, but a little here and there. That is equipoise. That is balance. You'll be happy. If I get some real good coffee, good. I say, what coffee is that? But I'll drink it, whether good or bad. There are some who make a big scene out of it. That is not. So nobody can be completely free from this duality. When it's cold, you'll feel cold. When it's hot, but don't make a big scene out of it. Don't make a big noise out of it. Well, you take corrective measures and do all these things. So this brings a kind of equipoise in the mind. Because the mind is too ruffled with all the cares and all the worries. And people, they have their own problems. And then what? They bring all the problems of the neighborhood in their house. Then all the problems of society they will bring in their house. Then all the problems of the country they bring in their house, and all the problems of the world they will bring in their own house. They themselves have no place there to stay, but they are bringing all the problems. Something is happening, in some faraway country, and these people, oh my God, you shut up and take care of your own life. You're inviting all these crazy things. You have got no connection with those things. So they cannot sleep, they cannot eat. They are beating their chest. Then there are these national problems and this and that. And it is a madness. Take care of yourself first. Take care of your own spiritual health. Sri Ramakrishna says, there is a God to look after the whole thing. You don't have to worry about what's going to happen there. So in Madras Mat, one time, one person comes with a newspaper and he's reading, and then he's telling Swami Ramakrishna, oh, we should do this, we should do that, and this problem is happening, that problem. Then Ramakrishna quietly says, well, but there is a God to look after all these things. You don't have to worry about it. So, once you know that there is a God here, then all these things will come naturally. This has to be, like, I and thou, God. We are always there together. The moment you say I, bring in that other counter thought. I am a child of God. I am a servant of God. I am a devotee of God. That does not harm you, Sri Ramakrishna says. So this I then becomes a ripe I. So he's saying there are two types of I. The raw I and the ripe I. The ripe I is, as when he gave the example of a mango, a person eating a mango by himself and the person who's sharing the mango. The kacha ami and paka ami. So the ripe I, the person becomes a ripe I. That ripe I is, I'm a child of God, I'm a servant of God. So every time this idea of pride and attachment and desires and comes, oh, wait, I am a child of God. So this is the best way to come out of this whole thing and get yourself ready for this great event. So all life is a kind of a journey, not outside, inside. Now that is a qualification, that is attitude, aptitude, whatever it is. Then the 6th verse. Do we go on? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll go on. We'll read this. Now, what is that state? If you're supposed to reach there, So I'll read this. Na tad bhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yad gatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Yeah. Neither the sun nor the moon nor fire illumines that. That supreme light is my state, reaching which they do not return. Yeah. So you reach that state, as I said, it does not, we don't return from that state. Right? Like in the Vespers hymns, we sing Jyotira Jyotirujvala Ridikandar Tumitama Bandhanarha. So come into the heart's black cave and illumine, thou light of the lights. So Swamiji also made it that you're the light of all lights. This is the same thing. Neither the sun nor the moon nor fire illumines that. Why? Because they exist because of that light. What is that light? Generally, it is meant as a kind of a light, but it's a light of consciousness. And consciousness is always bright, it illumines. Like we can see and talk and hear because we are conscious human beings. There's a consciousness happening. So it is consciousness, that state, reaching which the yogis do not return. No, in other chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, there are two paths of the yogis. The bright path and the dark path. If the soul takes a bright path, it goes straight to a place of no return. That soul does not come here. Keeps on going higher and higher. But the other, the dark path, you go and you come back. You go and come back. It's constantly. That's why they say this world is never empty. People are saying, if everybody becomes humans and this and that and all the souls and all, then there's a finite amount of souls, they think. And if everybody is going out there, then there will be no souls left. Then no, don't have to worry about that. There are plenty of souls. Why? Because it's constantly being filled. There are some who take that path. The third path that's the worst. Prajapati said, Jayasva Mriyasva, be born and die. So these are the souls which have done so horrible things. So horrible that they are born in such bodies which they are born and they die. They're born and they die. They're born and they die. These are the three. But there's a fourth, which is the stateless, that pathless path, that you realize God here in this body. It's called Jivan Mukti. That is what is this. Jivan Mukti also is there two. One Jivan Mukti and one it's Videha Mukti. That is when you give up your body, you become free. But Jivan Mukti is you attain the state while here you are, while you're living. This is much desired. If not that, then you take another one. Go, and then from there, go higher and higher and higher. Don't fall down. If you fall down, you come back again. So that state, that's the state of Vishnu is saying. Natad bhasayati surya. There the sun does not illuminate. Nor the moon, nor the fire. So it is like that this chapter, in some places it resembles some mantras from the Kathopanishad. like the Urdhva Mula, etc. That is also in the Kathopanishad. This also, they are saying, Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra taraka nema vidyata bhati tamev bhantam anubhati sarv tasya bhasa sarvavidam vibhasi. That is in the Kathopanishad. This is an echo of that Kathopanishad sloka. So only there they include lightning also. Sun and the moon and the fire and lightning. Yeah. So that supreme light is my state or me. So that supreme state is light. Light? What do you mean light? Light of consciousness. In one place, Swamiji says, I am like a piece of glass in the ocean of light. It's amazing. See, that is what I am like a piece of glass in an ocean of light. There he gave up that secret, what he was. Sri Ramakrishna's first vision, what it was. He's saying, I cannot see, I don't want to see Kali and I cannot see her. I don't want to live anymore. And he takes that khadga, that sword, and I have to cut his neck. And he sees Kali. And what does he see? He sees an ocean of light. That huge ocean of light, and he's saying there are waves from that ocean of light making a terrific noise coming towards me, and then they cover me. And I'm struggling and panting and I sink inside. Then he's saying, I don't know how long I was in that state. So Swami Sharadananda, in discussing this, saying, we can say that ocean of light was Kali. Why? Because when he came out of it, he was not saying, oh, the ocean of light, the ocean. He was saying Kali. That means he experienced Kali. So there also he's saying the ocean of light. So this is that supreme light is my state. Light? Light. Yeah. Not this light. So it is that state which is light of consciousness. That's why Brahman is called Sat and Chit consciousness, reaching which they do not return. Once you go inside, Sri Ramakrishna says the Kalapani, the Kalapani, the black waters, saying, well, if the ship goes there, the black waters, enters the black waters, it cannot come out. It'll go, it'll destroy it. In the old days, they used to try to frighten us. Don't cross the Kalapani. You all have crossed the Kalapani. Oh God. That happened in the somewhere in the medieval. They didn't want people to leave there. Hey. But before that, people all leaving and going all over the. Yeah, in ancient Greece, Socrates meets a Brahmin there in discussing philosophy. They had gone. In Rome, there were the Indians, the merchants and all. In Alexandria, and it was known. India was known. That's why Alexander came to visit us. Yeah. He knew it was a home of philosophy. And because his teacher was Aristotle. He was studying philosophy and he had come to India. And first thing, after he entered, what he went? He went to meet an holy man, Sadhu. Do you know that? Yeah. Then he goes and he meets a Sadhu. The Sadhu is sitting there. Then he liked, Alexander was conversing with him and he liked him so much. He said, come along with me. Said, no, I'm not going. His name was Kalanos. That is the Greek way of saying whatever I got. Kalanos is saying. So Kalanos is saying. I know. And but he used to meet him every day, saying, then he's saying, you know who? I am the emperor of the earth. He's saying, what a big lie, the biggest lie you have said. Don't you know I can kill you now?
Yeah.
You cannot kill me. Why? I'm the Atma. And then he gave that verse, no? Nainam chindanti shastrani. The Atman cannot be cut by a sword, cannot be burnt, it cannot be wetted, cannot be tried, it cannot be burnt. So that was so anyway, it's a long story. So he came to do sadhu sangha there. Came to India. So India was known. So only after that, this whole thing started Kalapani and all. Don't go across. So once you go there, reaching that state, when you go there, there is no return. And like I said, the drop of water falling down. Then the ocean is saying, "Hey, you were from here only. You were evaporated from here, and you had gone there on the mountain, and you had fallen down, and again you evaporated, and again you fell down, and again you evaporated, again you fell down over and over. Finally, you got into some small stream, and the stream went into a kind of a river, and then slowly you ended up here. Who told you to go?" So, but that drop of water has already forgotten. When you, oh, I was this. Okay, I'm going back home. So this, which they do not return, is not something, a trap. Oh, no, coming. No, you're going back home. It's a place where you were in, you forgot it. So, Sri Ramakrishna, Swamiji also says, the idea is, mother has let us out to play, and we started playing, and we forgot the whole thing. That mother had let us out in this world to play. We are supposed to return, and we forgot. We lost track of everything, and now we are crying. And then, okay, there's time for, let's go back. So it's a state which is not, it's unfamiliar. You will find, oh, this is my place. What was I doing all the time? That's a time when your life and all the lives will flash in front of you. In one, then that delusion goes away. Now people nowadays go in for this past life regressions and this and that. Yeah, it's become a nice fashionable. It's good. Let it. But they don't go back into their past life. That day we were discussing. They go back into their memories. Those memories, past life memories, are here in this life, so they go back to them. And some, not all. But even then, what I cannot understand is that power of detachment does not come. Oh, I had all this thing before. That knowledge does not come. And that knowledge, if it does not come, that is the indication that this is wrong. Or it is kind of some hallucination. There may be some truth in it. So when you see your entire series of lives, what was I doing? It was like a dream. And I'm going back home. And then, so that's why reaching which they do not return. It's not a one-way ticket, it's a trap. Gone, go. What will I do? So that state is our home. This Vishnu, this state belongs to us. It belongs to God. God belongs to us. So it is your state. So when he says that reaching that state of mind, but that state is ours also. And that's what the whole thing is. It's not, oh, God is there sitting down, like in the Christian heaven, there's St. Peter is there with the keys. He's standing. Hey, no, get out. Go that side. In our heaven, Ramkrishna, look, we have Swami Niranjana. Yeah, he's standing there. So there's a nice joke like. So one devotee, he dies, and now he goes and finds himself in front of Ramakrishna Loka. But there Swami Niranjanananda is there. And because he was the gatekeeper of Sri Ramakrishna when he was sick, and even Swamiji when he was sick. So, but and he was tall, and there were times when people used to crawl under between his legs and enter inside. Yeah, there was an actress there. Not Binodini. Yeah. So at Shampukur, Kashipur, Belur Math, he was there. So he is there. Now that devotee goes and then he's saying, no vacancy. Go back. What? Oh, vacancy? Full. No, but I've come all the way. And he's not going to listen to you. He's going to... So let me peep a little inside. Oh, all right, you can peep inside. He peeped inside, then he says, I say, can I say something? Yeah, you can say something. There is a Bhandara in Yamaloka. But there are many heavens, you see. And then Niranjan, what is this? And then suddenly he sees the door opening and many sadhus coming out with their putting chadar and all and walking. Where are you going? There's the Bhandara in Yamaloka. The stream of sadhus going out. And then
for all of us to understand Bhandara,
Bhandara is a big feast. There's a big feast. Oh, sorry. So Bhandara is the big feast, and they give feast to monks, So, and all the monks are going out in line. And Niranjan says, very good. Bhandara. And then what happened was, so that person was standing there. But now there's a vacancy now. Let me go inside. So you're saying how sadhus, whenever there's a talk about Bhandara, a feast, they were not going to miss it. They will go. So there's plenty of vacancy, don't worry. This is your place. Okay. So you go there in that place, which is like, it's not a material place. No, sun and moon and fire means it is not a material place. It is a spiritual place. It is that light through which sun, moon and everything, all the fire and all, they get your life. That's what it means. The immutable akshara. And these are the mutable, these things. So this thing is the basis of this. So you'll have to seek that, you'll have to go beyond this, the material world, and go into the spiritual world. Okay. Bhasayana tat bhasayati. Like bha means to shine. Like Bhaskar is there, and Bhaskarananda, Bha. So you have this idea that which shines, that is the shining. It's all in the Upanishad also. It's a shining light of consciousness. It takes everything. It's kind of there's that shining place, is consciousness. But what happens to you? Yes, you will be there. If you go to Sri Ramakrishna Loka, just don't go for Bhandara. Don't go for feast. Yeah. Otherwise, okay. Okay. I think we can stop here for questions or whatever you have. If you have questions.
Just one.
I mean, there's two things. First of all, the reason for this Maya is ego, right? The moment we are born, we have some very basic needs, food, some security. The more and more we grow, the floor of our need creates higher. But I want to have this, and that is to satisfy your ego, right? So,
Yeah, you can say ego by itself is not. Otherwise, if you don't have an ego, you cannot have a body and a mind. You have to have an ego. But Maya is avidya, non-knowledge. If you know that God is real, ego is not bad. But the moment that ego is filled with non-knowledge, avidya, ajnana, that is bad. So ego is bad, ego is bad. Ego mixed with.
sir, I was asking, what is the cause of it? Like
That is the nature of the world, samsara. You start one, you think one thing, that one thing will lead you to the second thing. The second thing will lead you to the third thing, fourth thing, fifth thing. Keeps on increasing. It's like you drop something in the water and the ripples will slowly. That's the nature of the world. Anything you start will start increasing. That's why they say what is Maya is this. That you start something, keeps on increasing. And wait. By the time you're aware, it's all over.
And so, when you say to reverse engineer, that means to go back to the basics. What I actually need. What I actually need to live. Do I need a big house? Or do I need a big car?
No, that's the. You really don't go for that. You'll have to become like us. We don't have any house or cars and all, but everything is like ours. So that's the best thing. But not that. And you live without God. What you need is to live is to have God. So that's a reverse engineering. I'm not talking about. Swamiji says that you can have your cars and your luxury and your jewelry and your fine clothes, but know that it belongs to someone else. That is what the whole thing is. If you can keep that in mind, then you don't have any problem. Only thing, like the ego which says, this is for me. That's the ego of ignorance. The ego of knowledge says, this whole world belongs to God. So they say. That's why Sri Ramakrishna says, no, Dhokar Tati and Mojar Kuti is a mansion of mirth. So when the ajnana, ignorance has been taken off from your ego is not your real identity as a jiva. When that ignorance goes, then you will see everything as a kind of happy place, mansion of mirth. Otherwise, Dhoka Tati, the framework of illusion. Nikhilananda translates. So there you are living a life of illusion. So the nature of karma is it starts and it starts spreading. In the beginning, I told you, like, what is moha? Moha is you start one thing and that thing takes over. It starts with words, with thoughts, and then it's spreading and spreading and spreading. This is the nature of anything in this world. Take anything, whatever is there in this world, you will find it has spread. Take, for instance, the coronavirus. It has to spread. Whatever you do, it has to spread. You cannot come, oh, this is the... Whatever you do, it will spread. That is what is called Maya. I think in that was 2 or 3 the Friday class, mantra to counter Maya. So what is Maya? Sri Ramakrishna, he had a vision of a small lamp, just a lamp, burning lamp in his house, the flame. And then slowly it spreads and spreads and spreads and spreads, and it covers the whole world. So whatever you do, it starts spreading and spreading, and others come and take it up and they keep on spreading and spreading. So at one point of time, you must say, if you have 20 shirts, I don't want another 5 shirts. You must be able to keep on doing. Think of so many people without shirts in this world. And then, so what happens is, now that ego of knowledge has come in. Think of all the people who are without food, without clothes, without medicine, without this. And look at me. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Can't my heart go out and think about them? This is the ego of knowledge. So he's saying there are 2 things that catch you. Maya, I and mine, but daya frees you, compassion frees you. So that is the idea. You have ego, it belongs to God, everything is His. I'm just a custodian, I'm just a trustee. And the ego of knowledge is there. Ramakrishna says Shankaracharya kept the ego of knowledge in order to preach others. So if people hear ego, they say, try to find out where this ego is. I'll give you $1 million. I don't have it. I'll ask somebody to give it. You will not be able to find it. You talk about ego. Try to find it. Where in the body and the mind is the ego? Just find out. Impossible. So it's a phantom. It is there, and yet it is not there. So you're basing your entire life on this is mine. Try to find where it is. You will never be able to find it. I say, do you have a mind? They say, yeah, I have a mind. Where is the mind? Show me. They will show the brain and this and that. Is that the mind? You're showing me the brain. Where is the mind? You will not be able to. So, and then the ego is even beyond, is more subtle. You will never be able to find it. Only personal identity. What is personal identity? Nothing but a series of your memories. It's called the autobiographical self. Nothing. There is a place in the brain called, which differentiates between the self and the non-self. The idea of a body is, my body is like kind of, there's a map inside my brain. And everything which is not my body is not mapped. But there is, okay, I can feel it. My body ends up till here. This idea of the self is here. And that this is not myself. I can use this. So there is that other wiring in the brain because of that proprioception and interoception. There constantly the brain wants to know where the body is, so it has to be there. So that's another. So is that the self? No. Suppose a person goes and drinks whiskey, that self goes away. Then that person does not know. Suddenly that person thinks, I am a tiger. Then what happened? What happened to your great self? So it cannot be in the brain. I mean, the real ego cannot be in the brain. And where it is? Oh, yeah. It's not there. You'll never, nobody will be able to find it. The only way, like I said, you can never know the nature of Maya, but you can know God. You can know God, but you cannot know your I, your ego. Think of it. Then you will find, oh, my real identity was actually God. This is liberation. But if you find the I, then it's not I there anymore. So that's why people say, who am I? Who am I? Yeah, go. You will never find. Never. But don't go and say, don't say, who am I? Who am I? They will say, take him to the psychiatrist. He doesn't know who he is. It's a private inquiry. So there's Ramana Maharishi said, who am I? You know? And Nisargadatta Maharaj, he says, I am that. Simple. People will say, who am I? Read that other book by Nisarg, I am that. Read that. The problem has been solved there only. There is no I. There is only God. And you will never be able to find out I. Impossible. But that's a starting point. You go deeper. And then you'll find. Then just Sri Ramakrishna says, not this. You open. And then finally, you'll find God peeping behind the eye. Then it's over. And here we stop. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.